Hi, today we're going to be talking about nourishing your body and your soul. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to really nourish your body and your soul, and we're going to start with really how to balance your diet during the low FODMAP diet. But as you know, the low FODMAP diet has 3 phases. The elimination phase, where you eliminate all the high FODMAP foods, and then the challenge phase or reintroduction phase, where you add back various FODMAP subtypes to assess which foods were really your FODMAP triggers. And then the last phase is the integration phase. And during this phase, we really hope that you have a much more varied diet so that your life is less complicated with dietary restrictions, and you're really able to eat a very well-balanced and nutritious diet. But we certainly want you to eat a well-balanced and nutritious diet on the elimination phase too. So we wanted to talk a little bit about how to balance your diet well on the low FODMAP diet.
This is actually something that we talk about with all of our patients. We even have a handout that is a helpful reminder for our patients. So yes, we know vegetables are very healthy to be integrated into our meals. However, an entire plate full of lettuce or vegetables probably aren't going to be the best for all of our patients. So to balance your diet, you really want to make sure you have all parts of your plate. You want healthy proteins, some chicken, fish, eggs, cheese. These are very low in FODMAPs. Actually, most proteins have no FODMAPs. So you definitely want to incorporate those into your dish. And also some starches. Rice and potatoes are also very low in FODMAPs, and we can definitely get away with adding them to our plate. And I think during the elimination phase, the vegetables can be that gray area for patients. They don't know how much to have and how high their threshold is. So I always encourage patients to incorporate the vegetables that are actually quite low in FODMAPs. And carrots are one of my new favorites to add to dishes and soups, because they actually found very little FODMAPs in when testing carrots. Anything to add to that, Kate?
So in addition to the vegetables, and we often use the Monash University Low FODMAP Diet app with our patients and in our practice, most people can tolerate up to a couple of the the green lighted vegetables. And like Toni mentioned, the carrots had really no detectable FODMAPs, so that's something that's really nice to add. And I bring these carrots with me at all times. They're easy, you can get them chopped up, or the baby carrots. It's just a great snacking food and loaded with good nutrition, vitamin A, beta carotene, fiber. So we love our carrots. But things like zucchini, summer squash, most lettuces, there's lots of green lighted low FODMAP foods that you can add to your plate. So choosing maybe 2 different colors of a green lighted vegetable works for most people. And then lastly, the next thing to keep in mind is the fruit. And keeping your fruits to low FODMAP fruits and keeping to a 1 serving portion. And this in general is, a medium orange, a small banana, a cup of grapes. And those are all outlined beautifully in the low FODMAP app that Monash University has available as an app purchase. And most importantly, really to me, I think a lot of people miss out on the healthy fat component to their meal. And fat can lead to GI symptoms, distension, reflux, and certainly we don't want you to sit down to donuts and a bunch of fried foods. You can, if you tolerate that and you want to do that occasionally, go for it. We're not the food police. However, we do want you to think about incorporating healthy fat at every meal. And so we're going to talk a little bit about healthy fats, and I'll let Toni kind of describe what we have here, and I'll kind of chime in a little bit as well.
Yes, great segue. The next component to our dish, we do want to incorporate healthy fats. So one thing that has been kind of a hot topic, I think, for us and our colleagues is the incorporation of nuts and seeds. I don't think we in the US at least use enough of these foods, and they have great nutrition components, great source of vitamins and minerals and healthy fats that can be anti-inflammatory.
Absolutely. And what I like about nuts and seeds is they're rich in magnesium, and there's definitely some emerging research showing that magnesium, one, most Americans don't get enough. I think it's up to 69% don't get enough in their diet. It also has some anti-inflammatory effects in the body, and most chronic diseases are associated with inflammation, including many GI issues and disorders. So incorporating a little bit of healthy fats via nuts and seeds, if you tolerate them. And I, of course, have sunflower seeds. We have our hulled pepitas, pumpkin seeds, and then extra virgin olive oil. And my latest, I went to Vienna last month and learned about toasted pumpkin seed oil, which is so flavorful and a great accompaniment to a salad. So nice, and you can get this on Amazon. So this is like my new favorite. So magnesium, anti-inflammatory, omega-3s, which is fantastic anti-inflammatory, and because fats sometimes can cause the GI symptoms, we just like a little smattering at every meal. We're not suggesting you sit down with a big can of roasted peanuts and devour them during a football game, but rather add a little bit onto your morning oats or to your lactose-free yogurt or on a salad.
And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about the balanced plate approach. Yes, almonds are great for us, but we know on the elimination phase we try to keep to about 10.
Right.
I could easily eat more than 10 almonds. A lot of people will, I had one patient say, I used to keep nuts in my car when I'm hungry on the ride home. I'm definitely surpassing that 10 nut threshold. Yes. So what I love, and I think you've posted a few times about, is making a trail mix or adding pumpkin seeds to our salads or things like that, and bring back the fruits and the vegetables and the proteins in addition to your nuts. So now you're having some gluten-free pretzels, some chocolate chips, some raisins with those nuts, and you're feeling satisfied and nourished.
Exactly. And things like chocolate chips, if you choose the dark chocolate chips, those are suitable on the low FODMAP diet. The gluten-free pretzels work really well for patients. Raisins, you can have up to a tablespoon of raisins at a sitting. Don't eliminate them. If you want to have a little bit, that's awesome. Go for it. The other thing is that some people have fat malabsorption, and that we do see quite a bit in our bacterial overgrowth, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth patients, or patients that have had small bowel resection like me. And so I actually supplement my diet with omega-3s. I use Nordic Naturals, and the recommended amount is about 500 to 1,000 milligrams. If you're deficient, it might be a little bit more. When choosing a supplement, I don't work for Nordic Naturals. I just like their products. You can get these at Whole Foods and many vitamin stores. You're looking for a supplement that has a minimum of EPA and DHA combined of 500 milligrams or up to 1,000. And like I said, some people may need more. This is a discussion you could have with your healthcare provider. Certainly not just making a blanket statement here. Always run these ideas by your physician. But I love these, and they work really well. Another thing we were talking about is just the starch component to your balanced plate. And one of the things I like to do is to cook up some rice, cook up some quinoa, and keep those handy. So here I just have a dish of quinoa. It doesn't take long to cook. This was a red quinoa. I cook it up, and then I add it to my salads. I'll warm it up and throw a nice stir fry with chicken or shrimp on top of it. I've seen quinoa taco bowls with Mexican infused taco meat, which you can get in onion and garlic free versions, or just use a little cumin and chili powder without onion and garlic, and some paprika, and it's just really yummy. But this is a great high protein, high fiber, low FODMAP carb source that you could balance out your plate with. So I think it really adds a nice touch. And if you plan in advance, it's handy. You can also buy quinoa at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods that's already prepared and cooked. It just requires a little microwaving if you are really short on time.
And to add on to that, I'm just thinking of a lot of my patients who have trouble at lunchtime, and I think quinoa and rice add a great addition to a salad where you can take it with you, and it can be used cold, and I think also when you're starting the elimination phase, you've completely changed your diet, and we cut out a lot of wheat sources. So it's very easy to take your foods and make everything gluten-free. So you're having gluten-free breads and gluten-free processed foods. Yeah. We encourage our patients to use the quinoa, to use the potato and the rice that are whole foods, and they have more nutrition. So I think that's a great addition to your salad.
Absolutely. And then we're just going to wrap up the session today talking a little bit about ways to, in addition to nourishing your body through food, it's also really important to take a break and relax. And that might be through yoga or meditation or a warm tub at night, getting out in nature, walking, really connecting with friends that make you feel good about being you, and surrounding yourself with positive energy to help you as your body's healing through this process to get better and really live the best possible life for yourself.
I love that. We often talk about that with our patients. We know it's not digestive related, but the brain-gut connection, we want your whole body to feel comfortable and at ease. So we were talking a little bit before this, some of our favorite things. Kate, you were saying you like to curl up with your coffee or tea or with your dog, Lucy. Many of you may know. Me, I like to go for a long walk, not even, running or anything strenuous, but really just get out, even if it's 30 degrees outside. So we encourage you to do the same.
Absolutely. So hopefully you enjoyed this round 2 digestive health coffee chat with Toni Fiori and Kate Scarlata, and we look forward to connecting with you soon.
Bye, guys.